Okay, so today I'm going to be making some components for a floral slab that I'll be working on. I'm going to make some canes of some flower petals and some leaves. So the first one that I'm going to do is with this reddish orange and some orange. I'm going to make a Skinner blend. So to do that, just make these the same height. And then give it a little cut on the diagonal. Same on this one. Oh, I think I did this wrong. There we go. That's better. Stick those together. And I'm going to run them through the pasta machine lengthwise like this. We're not going to fold it in half because that's just going to mix the colors together. So start the thickest setting like that, and then we're going to fold it in half. It should be like this, where you have one color on one side and one on the other. Like that. And keep folding the same way, running it through the pasta machine. Now mine is starting to widen a little bit. I want to keep it skinny, so I'm just going to take the edges and just smush them in, just like that. So that's a little bit skinnier. There. And keep folding. Usually it's recommended that you do between 15 and 20 times to get a nice blend. Now, I actually want to create a blend that's really tall like this. So I'm actually going to start making it longer. So first I'm going to fold it in half, same way that we've been folding it, but instead of running it through this way, we're actually going to run it on the short side so that it gets taller now. Like this. I'm going to go down a setting, run it through. It's looking good. Okay, so once you have it down as thin as you can get it, we're going to start accordion folding it. So I'm just going to lay it down. Here, I'll do it this way. I'm actually just going to chop off this bit of ugly piece, got some other colors on it. Okay, and then I'm going to start folding it like so. Now that's all folded, I'm going to take my roller, just roll on the top of it, on the bottom. I'm going to try roll on the sides of it. Then Then once you have it kind of smushed together, then we can start reducing and turning it into the shape that we want. So I'm going to try and turn this as best as I can into a petal shape. So I'm going to start by bringing in the darker color at the base. Kind of like that. Just by pinching it with my fingers. I'm going to try rounding out those top corners. So it's more of a petal shape, not so pointy. Once you have it down to your desired size, you can slice it. We've got an ombre petal. The next cane I'm going to make is a leaf cane. So I'm taking some of this green clay and I'm going to roll it into a ball. And I'm going to flatten it. So it's kind of like a cheese wheel shape, I guess. Then I'm going to cut it in thirds, but in lengthwise slices, not like a pie. And I'm going to take this darker shade of green and I'm going to roll it out really nice and thin. So I've rolled mine out to a number 6. And then I'm going to lay each chunk on top and cut the right sized piece out of it. Then you can stick them back together. I think I have this on backwards. There. That's better. So now you have it back into your circular shape. Just got 3 lines, or sorry, it's 2 lines, 3 sections. Just gonna make sure it's all nice and stuck together. And then you're gonna cut it on the diagonal. And then you flip one half, and then you're gonna have a leaf shape. First, we just have to cut out a piece for that middle section. So then you stick them back together. have a leaf. So now you can kind of shape it. So I'm just going to pinch the top and we can reduce. I think it's ready to slice. Oh my goodness. That is too cute. That actually turned out really cute. Okay, the last cane I'm going to make is another blended one. They're going to be these little teardrop shaped flower petals. It's a little bit different though. So I've got this dark kind of plum purple, a nice light pink, and then white. So I'm going to create a Skinner blend with these. Basically how I'm going to do that is cut this one across the diagonal. And this one is going to get 2 cuts. We're just going to fit those on however they can. And then this one is also going to get a cut on the diagonal. And then I'm going to stick them together. I'm just going to trim off some excess. And I'm just going to help them stick together a little bit by rolling them a little bit. And then again, I'm going to run it through the pasta machine on the wide side. Again, on the lower setting. I'm going to fold it again so each color is touching itself. Okay, once it's all blended, you can start running it through on the narrow side. I'm just going to trim this edge so we can start with a nice clean straight edge, and then can start rolling. And roll it to seam in that edge. And reduce it a little bit. And then I'm going to turn it into a teardrop shape by pressing down on one side of the cane. And then we can slice it and see that we have a nice ombre effect from the inside to the outside. And here's what the finished slab looks like. You can just play around with your pieces once you've sliced them. Like for example, the small teardrop shaped purple petals, I ended up pinching the top corners of them to make them a little bit more pointed. Along with the orange petals, I ended up rounding out the top corners a little bit more, and then I used a silicone paintbrush to help me mold the pieces to make them more of a petal shape. And then the leaves, I also pinched the top a little bit to make that more pointy as well, and then rounded out the base. And then I laid out all my pieces along with some little filler bits here and there, but just play around with your slices and see what you can come up with for a floral slab. Definitely share what you make with me. Tag me on Instagram at Red Lily Clay Co. I'd love to see your work. Thanks for watching.